Hey guys, how's it going? This is Anes from K2. Just wanted to do a quick update. We are in the midweek of trading, a little bit past midweek. So let's follow up on the pairs that we did analysis on. So as we see here, gold was pretty bearish, came back down, respected this weekly support. It gave us a little retrace. Let's look at it on a 4-hour. Okay, so on a 4-hour it gave a little high retrace, so 78.6. Okay, a little bit higher than regular 50 and 61.8, but definitely indicating continuation to the downside, which we can see a little bit better here on 1 hour. This was a breakout that didn't sustain above this resistance. Came back down, closed below. So if you're looking to trade gold, definitely see it coming back down to the weekly support, unless you see a breakout above this 149.386 and closure, and then maybe you can look for potential buys. But like I said, the dollar strength this week should keep pushing this back down. So from current level, this should be a nice 80 pips move. Let's go on GBP USD. GBP USD pretty much respected this weekly resistance, consolidated for a while around it. There were some opportunities for the scalps here, but I am biased towards this move back down. Also, the reason is to cover this wick right here. So I'm definitely looking forward to see that. So covering this wick, which should be a really nice trade, and the dollar strength and GBP weakness, so should be a nice 90 pip move. So that is GBP USD. Let's go GBP JPY. I called sell here. A few people were curious why is that. Obviously we saw, let's go back on 4-hour. We saw this bullish movement on GBP JPY for a few days starting last week, but now we see this 4-hour rejection here off of the resistance, and now we have current 4-hour rejecting it as well, along with the double top on 4-hour. Going back on the lower time frame, to zoom in a little bit, as you see here, we had a bearish hammer closing below the weekly resistance. Very important, closing back into the zone, and we see the bearish pressure coming in right on the next candle, which is this one right here, right? So for that reason, and as you see here, double top we mentioned, I definitely see this coming back down. I would like to see this is support, obviously. Now I would like to see this pair come all the way back down to test this support, because we really had no proper retest once the structure broke above. We had like perfect wick rejection, but we didn't have like a full body closure. So I would like to see this pair come back down, hopefully all the way for us to see, and then regain new bullish momentum from this liquidity zone for the upside move. So for that reason I called sell. GBP AUD, let's look at it on a 4-hour. We can leave fibs here. Actually, we have to remove it to make it a little bit more clear. So as you see here, this has broken again this uptrend, this trend line. And if we wanted to draw a new one, as you see here, I mean, I prefer to catch the candlestick bodies, and you see the breakout. Even if we were to count just wicks, all right, this pair needs to come further down, right? And if you go on 1 hour, you see closing below this resistance and respecting it with this rejection. And the current 1 hour is showing some bearish momentum coming in. So for that reason, I see this coming further down, at least to this trend line, very possible to this intraday support, as well as the weekly support, which is the blue line here. So that was GBP-AUD, GBP-NZD. We had a break back into the zone, rejection off of the resistance, and this was not updated. Those are supports now. So I do see this coming back down. If not to this level, probably to the second one as well. To test this zone right here. Okay, there's a huge wick here that was not filled, and wicks get filled with the momentum. Therefore, I do see this pair coming back down. It can as well come do this, retest this, and then reject off of there and come back on its way down. GBP CAD. Haven't checked this in a little while. It's in the middle zone. Honestly, been consolidating. I know there looks like plenty of opportunities for some scalping. I don't scalp much, so, and it's actually right in the middle of the zone, so I would let it be. We can check it on a 4 hour real quick. Let's see if we had the trend line. Yeah, this trend was broken and retested. So probably coming back down. High probability. This huge wick right here, most likely to get filled if this momentum kicks in. So if you like trading GBP CAD, you can look for that, but I wouldn't enter it right now because obviously it's in the middle of the zone and it's not a good setup. GBP CHF, this is actually looking good, pretty much looking exactly the same as GBP JPY. So really looking good for a sell, making lower highs as well. What I mean by that is this right here, and then the next one, and the third one will go down to the support most likely. Or you can draw the channel, whichever way you like it more. Let's see, starting here, here. 2 has to be right there. Retest of that support, resistance, sorry, and 5 conclusion here. Okay, so looking really nice for a sell as a GJ. EUR/AUD, let's look at this. We gotta check it on the fall. EUR/AUD broke the trend line, but it's sort of in the middle of the zone. So if we get the retest here, I would definitely look to continue to sell this once you get the confirmation that there was rejection right here and it retested to confirm. So you can keep an eye on that. So that will be around 1.60400 and 1.60450. So that is the zone to look for potential sell. Euro GBP, somebody asked me earlier about this. This was a good setup here when the body didn't close above this zone, and we only had this spike to reject the weekly resistance as well as the intraday resistance. So this pair is, looking to probably come a little bit more to the downside, which is really like 35 pips, and then from there it can take off back up. Let me just check. I think there was some Euro news for tomorrow. Oh yeah. So tomorrow morning, actually huge Euro news, monetary policy statement, as well as the ECB press conference at 8:30. This is in Eastern time. So I would be careful trading Euro pairs. And if you do, try to trade over the London before end of London and before this news releases and this conference, because that will make Euro pairs move a lot. Your NZD is at intraday support. Honestly, I don't think this support will really hold. I would rather like to see it come back to the weekly, and then from there we can look for other opportunities. If it breaks that, then it could fall pretty far. Well, let's check it on a daily. Oh yeah, this was insane bullish, and now it's coming back down. Yeah, if I would like to see break of this support, because this could give us some nice swing opportunity up to 700 pips. This entire zone right here, but and the daily looks really bearish, so big bearish momentum coming in, so I would not look for a bias on this. So pretty straightforward. Euro NZD. Let's check EuroCAD. I haven't checked this in a while. This looks bearish as well, but weekly support is only 14 pips away, so it's pointless to look for any entry at this point. I would just like to see if it comes here, which I'm pretty sure it will, and what it does once it gets there. Is it going to break, close below, and then verify this as a resistance, or it will reject the weekly support, respect it, and come back to test this trend line, which is from the weekly support about 40 to 45 pips. But yeah, no entry. It does also look like inverted head and shoulders on 1 hour, so yeah, it could be a nice buy from this level here, 1.45. Euro JPY, let's see what's going on here. Euro JPY is making double top, yeah, and the momentum is losing. It's I don't want to just say force, but momentum is losing its push here on a bullish side. So yeah, this is big indecision here. I would like to see one bearish candle before considering selling this. Obviously, this is support down here, and this is resistance. So yeah, I mean, if I have to take a side, I would pick this for a sell. But right now it's not looking good. It doesn't validate what I look for when I'm entering, so I will just let it be. And let's check some of the US pairs. USD CAD actually closed below intraday resistance. So it could be a good possibility for a sell. It does not correlate with the dollar strength that we see, so I will be careful because this can break back up. This can really break back up and go to this resistance right here. So I'm not a huge USD pair trader, besides gold and GU sometimes, so mainly gold. So what I was gonna say is that I probably won't trade that. This is about 14 pips away from intraday resistance and 28 from weekly support. So honestly, I'm looking for the Fibonacci. This Euro USD. Yeah, this actually looks like it is going to continue falling. Cover this wick right here, this one right here, and also give us full body closure into the weekly support. But again, if this move doesn't happen during the London session before the ECB conference and the monetary policy statement, I would let it be, because I'm not sure what they will discuss and release, so no reason to risk it. Let's check USD CHF. Oh, this actually closed above weekly resistance, and it's making it weekly support. So I would look for buy opportunity here if you trade this pair. Yeah, definitely. Nice support here. Since it's entered this zone, I would look for this to come back up. We'll try to enter around or at this weekly support if I'm you, but that's only 17.5 pips till this resistance. So not how I trade. Try to look for a better rewards. So, but yeah, I'm biased towards a continuation of this bullish momentum on USD CHF. USD JPY. Oh wow, this broke very hard. Let's check this on 4 hour. Trying to see proper resistance, but I mean intraday, there's a lot of traffic here, so let's mark that. This is support now. Well, it's almost hitting this intraday resistance. So I would wait, see if it can pull up to that and see if there's a rejection to sell it from there, or we actually are going to go all the way back up to this weekly resistance and then look for potential sells. But it's looking really, really bullish. Yeah, I mean, eventually we'll have to come down at least as this trend line. But right now, it's not looking good for entry, and therefore I would just let it be. So yeah, that was what I wanted to quickly cover. Like I said, I'm sorry once again, I'm not able to do a live session with you guys this week, but we will try to get back to it next week. If my time doesn't allow me to schedule that in, I will do my best to try give you these video updates. Hopefully, I can do this every day. I think a lot of people like it. It helps them as reference to what they see and how they trade. So I'm always happy to do it. So hope that helps a little bit, guys, as insight of what I see, what I'm leaning towards as far as the trading, and if it matches what you are looking for and what you see, then hopefully it will work out, and we can get some pips and increase our trading accounts. So that was all, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in a chat.